Okay, June 27th, week in review. Just got done working out, and I did every minute or one round of Cindy every minute and 30 seconds for 15 rounds. And then after that, I did some swimming to kind of just cool down. So let's kick it off with comments from last week in the YouTube section from the last week in review video. One of the big comments someone asked that I keyed in on was, are you also going to talk to or be concerned with gyms or affiliates who've departed? Absolutely. I know Gary and the affiliate team, they want to lean in on that initiative, and I want to work on that. On that note, I've had a call with Jason Khalipa, great guy. We go way back, really good friends. Obviously, he won the 2008 games. Kind of floated the idea of him coming back too. So it's it's a work in progress, and definitely interested if there's any affiliates who have de-affiliated and want to talk to me about why or things we could do to make the affiliation more appealing to them or make them want to come back into the fold. I'd love to have those difficult conversations. So just email me at this point, tdc@castroranch.com, and I'd love to hear from you guys. So thank you for the comments. At the end of this one, add more comments and I'll go through them and see if what I want to address on next week's week in review. Something I want to address about the comments in general, I don't comment anywhere. And so I started social media kind of late, probably 2015 or 16 is when I got on Instagram. And one of the rules I set for myself when I got on Instagram was I was not going to, on my main one, I wasn't going to follow anyone, and I've done that. I have other accounts, my hunting account where I do follow people now. But another rule I set for myself was I wasn't going to comment ever. And why? Because I believe commenting is a slippery slope, and the social media already takes so much of anyone's time. I think when you start getting in there and actively commenting, it can just eat your time up. And nothing against those who comment. That's just my choice. I'm not going to. And so at this point, it's not because I think it's for no other reason than I just set a goal for myself not to do that. And so I don't comment on YouTube, I don't comment on Instagram, and I don't comment on any of the platforms. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is last week I got a package. It was here at the ranch outside of my area. My brother or his wife brought it in and set it by my stuff. And I let it sit there for a few days. And I do that. Oftentimes I get packages and they just sit around. Well, a couple days after the package arrived, I picked it up and I looked at the address and it was from Uvalde. And I was like, that's strange. So I opened it up and it was from the gym. I ended up doing a post about it, and they did a workout for Eva Strong, and that's a really sad story what happened there with her and everyone else. And so glad they're supporting her, glad we did a workout, or they did a workout for it, and really want to support this community, this affiliate, and all of them. So go check it out, go to their site, see how you can support, because it's for a good cause. Japanese affiliates. So last week I had a call with a small group of some of the most senior Japanese affiliates, and I asked Gary and Daniel Chaffee, hey, who are some groups of international affiliates I could have a Zoom call with? And they sent a few different ideas, and then I really keyed on to the Japanese one, because even when I was working for CrossFit for a while, it really was intriguing to me that Japan is such a big country yet has so few affiliates. So let's look at these numbers. 125 million is the population, so about a third of the U.S., and there's only 45 affiliates. So the U.S. has triple the amount of people, yet 5,000, maybe more affiliates, and Japan only has 45 affiliates. So we talked a lot about that and some of the reasons. They think some of the affiliates use this. We're about 8 years behind you guys in terms of CrossFit and buy-in there. It's interesting because internationally, you look at Europe and you could say they're 2 or 3 years behind us. And maybe, honestly, even at this point, they've surpassed us in interest in the U.S. It seems to have slowed down a little. So we had a great call. Also, they have an aging demographic. Most of the gyms on the call, the average age of their clientele was over 45. So I learned a lot from them. Really good idea. Thank you guys. Thanks to the affiliates who were on that call, because you guys gave me and then gave me a lot of ideas that I took to our leadership team. This weekend, Saturday, I was in Wyoming for a shooting competition. I'll get to that later. But while I was there, I hit up CrossFit 307. And I've been there before when I was there 3 years ago for the same shooting competition, and had a great meeting at their gym with the owners and with 7 or 8 of their trainers. Really cool affiliate. They've been around for 11 years. The owner of the affiliate, he and his family also own a really large fitness center. So in this really large fitness center, they have bodybuilding stuff. They have a lap pool. They have a track. They have basketball courts. They have jiu-jitsu now. And then there's a section where it's also a CrossFit gym. Because they have that set up, they have a unique model where you can get a membership to the whole facility, and you can also work in the gym and work out in the CrossFit affiliate. And they've had that going now for 11 years. So thanks a lot, guys. That was a lot of fun. On that note, I want to highlight something. Map.crossfit.com. Map.crossfit.com. Check it out on our website, because that's how I always find CrossFit gyms. If I'm looking for a CrossFit gym, I sometimes do the Google search, but I actually want to see who's on our map. So as an affiliate owner, you should check that and make sure that you're represented on the map. And it's a good way to find affiliates for when you travel. Now, here's what's really cool, and I didn't even realize this. Obviously, the courses, there's also a toggle for courses. You can find all of our courses on that same map. But there's also a section for doctors, and you can click it and find doctors in your area who've been to the CrossFit Level 1. And so that's a great way to find a family care physician from your area, map.crossfit.com. On that same note, I also had a great call last week with the health team, and we looked at what they're doing, what they're planning on doing in the future, and I challenged some of their ideas and pushed, and we had great back and forth discussion. So great things coming from them. If you go to the main site, they've already put out a large amount of content the past few weeks. Mike G interviewing some medical professionals. So really good stuff there. Take a look at that. Some other stuff. So personal now, we'll back off that. I traveled for a shooting comp this weekend. I was in Wyoming for 4 or 5 days, and it was a very cool comp. I've done it before with a new partner. We didn't do great, but we had a lot of fun and we learned a lot. We're actually prepping for another competition that we're doing in September. More of an adventure race than an actual shooting competition, but it also has some shooting. So this competition for us was about working with each other and learning each other's how we can work together effectively. I think it was a huge success for that, and we're going to kick ass at that next comp. Finally, I'd like to also talk about this mouthpiece from the Airwave people. They sent me a package of a lot of their product, and I've never used it. I know Froning does. I know Danielle Brandon does. So I'm going to give it a try. I meant to take it on the shooting competition this week, but I left it in my truck. I actually meant to work out with it today, but I just totally forgot. So I'm going to start trying this out and see if I like it. Well, thanks for listening. Comment in the go ahead and leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will try to address them next week. Oh, last thing, upcoming stuff. Street parking is coming into town. They're going to be at the ranch this week, so I'm really excited about that. I don't think I'll be able to shoot a lot this week because we're going to be preparing for that. And then I have a few other calls I'm going to jump on, and we'll talk more about that on next week's Week in Review. Thanks a lot.